So what happened is that these days, that time Spanish Prime Minister José María Aznar came to visit Spanish soldier and as well Spanish camp was built for Kosovo Albanian refugees. So we used the opportunity to have a picture with the Prime Minister. First 3 months we had to escape 30 times and finally we decided to walk from Mitrovica, which is in the north, and they took us in the road to bring us to Albania. But after 7 days of walking they decided to ask us to go back, and that was the moment then they divided all the men from women. We didn't know anything for a couple of months from my father. Apparently he was in this so-called prison, but it wasn't a prison, it was more like a concentration camp. They could collect all the men. And when we realized, we got the news from Euronews that my father survived, we kind of tried to find a way to escape. I remember we paid a bus driver, a Serbian bus driver, a lot of money. Each of us were in the bus and we escaped to Albania, which was another shock for us because we were educated in that level, in that way that Albania is the most amazing country because we're totally isolated. Kosovo, Albania are totally isolated for a couple of decades. When we went across the border, we found Albania destroyed as well, not from the war but the poorness. So, but finally we reunioned in May, just a month before war was over in Kosovo. This is and it became quite important image of my family album. This image was kind of, let's say, a starting point of the project of family album. And when I came to the idea that this image should be a reference, when I decided what I'm going to do, we came to the idea that it's important maybe to share the stories of others as well. In this case, I was a bit lucky because Kosovo is small. One image, the one in the middle, sibling like Besim and Yehona, Zoya, I knew them through my father because my father knew the main personage in this image because he was one of them in that prison as well. And two other images I met through the media. I experienced the war, and my family did, and a lot of families I know, but for us, and especially for me, it was very important to bring to a discussion what's going on in the world now as well. So what's going on with the refugee people now? Does anybody leave home because it's fun? No. I was born in Yugoslavia. I grew up until I was 18 in this apartheid regime of Serbian power of Milosevic. So basically until I was 18, when we got the freedom, it was a permanent crisis. First of all, because we were not allowed to go to school. So basically we had to go in school in our language illegally. Because that time when Milosevic came to the power, after a while he closed all the schools in Albania. My father is a painter, so when he was jobless, and same with my mom, so he was using his creativity to survive. So he was doing signs for markets, like let's say small design stuff to survive. So basically art that time almost didn't exist. Of course he would paint at home, but you're not allowed to use galleries, to use institutions. So basically even if you do art, nobody was exhibited, or even they would exhibit in 90s in some private coffees or something, because institutions were all closed for Albanian, because Albanian people. In 80s, there is a lot of newborn kids named after the cities in Albania, because they created this love in distance with a motherland they never met. And what I did, I went, took a picture of these cities, and I came and asked people with the same name to hold the city. And after we showed a couple of many other exhibitions, and as well, now I'm happy that this piece, together with a new piece, is part of of Ludwig Múzeum here and collection.